If you have a small garden like I do, then space is your most valuable currency. Yesterday, I posted a poll on my community tab asking what you would prioritize if space was tight, and about 50% of you said that you would prioritize saving money over everything else. Now, this poll is changing, so if you want to check out the latest results, you can check out my community tab linked below. The results really hit home for me because this year I'm making hard decisions in my garden about what stays and what goes. Growing things that are cheaper to buy at the grocery store just doesn't make sense anymore. So this year I'm focusing on growing things that I just can't get anywhere else. If you're new here, hi guys, my name is Marsha and I'm the Black Thumb Gardener and I live in Ontario, Canada, USDA Zone 5B, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'd love for you to subscribe, and if you're returning, welcome back and thank you so much for supporting my channel. Now let's get started. My seed order just arrived from West Coast Seeds, which is perfect timing because it's mid-January, the time of year when we have to start onion and celery seeds because they take forever to mature, especially in a cold climate. But I've been having second thoughts. A recent trip to the grocery store showed that a bag of onions was just under $7 and a stalk of celery was under $4. And while you can get a seed packet for under $1, when you add the cost of soil, electricity for lights, amendments, and water, it's actually more cost efficient to buy these from the grocery store. So the question is, why am I still starting these seeds today? Now, I'm not here to discourage you because the health benefits of gardening far outweigh the cost. But in a small working kitchen garden like mine, I need my produce to partially offset my grocery bill, not add to it. Here's the strategy I'm using for 2026 to make these crops worth it again. First, let's talk about onions. Now, in my zone, I grow long day onions and they take 100+ days, which means I start them now and transplant them into the garden in April. Onions are a staple in my kitchen that I use every single day in my cooking. I've even made onion powder with it. But the reality is I can never grow a full year supply for what I use without giving up 2 full garden beds, and I'm not willing to do that. So my 2026 shift is this. I'm officially retiring some of the onion varieties that I've been growing over the years, specifically storage onions. I can buy them now at the grocery store when they're on sale. Instead, I'm only dedicating space for varieties that you can't find at the grocery store, like Walla Walla onions. I get the gourmet flavor of the Walla Walla without the space tax of a storage crop. Now this year, I ran into a bit of a snag when it came to my red onions. My favorite onion variety is Rosa d'Inverno. It has amazing flavor, but it seems to be discontinued, so this year I've replaced it with Cabernet, which is new to West Coast Seeds. For celery, my strategy is slightly different. Again, it's about flavor. Homegrown celery is crisp and intense, provided that you started early enough, but the real why is for health. I grow celery because I juice it, and I want to know exactly what goes into that juice. Now, you might know about the Environmental Working Group's Dirty Dozen list, and for over a decade, celery was ranked one of the most pesticide-contaminated crops that you can buy. Now, even though it fell off the top 12 recently, it's still in the middle of the pack, and that still concerns me. In contrast, onions are consistently on the clean 15 list, and that's why I have no problem buying storage onions at the grocery store. So for my family, homegrown celery is a health priority, but I'm also learning from my mistakes. Last year, I got out of control. I grew way too many celery plants simply because I didn't want to throw away the extra seedlings. But it crowded out a lot of my other plants, and for 2026, I'm scaling back my plant count so I can reclaim back my garden space. After all of that reflection, both crops are staying, but with a new understanding of why. Whether you have a massive plot or a small backyard garden like me, I highly recommend stepping back and understanding your why before you drop some seeds in that tray. Moving on to seed starting. Now, because I'm reducing my plant count this year, I'm skipping the massive trays and using this 3-inch Bootstrap Farmer container, and I'm going to use one for Walla Walla and then one for Cabernet, and that's it. It actually feels like I'm not growing enough when I look at these small pots, but onions love to be snug while they're growing. In past years, I've even used solo cups. Onions are very resilient and they pull apart easily when they're grown together in a bunch, which makes it easy for transplanting in the spring. You only want to bury these about a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch deep, and to finish them off, I'm topping them with a layer of vermiculite. This helps manage moisture and prevents that dreaded damping off or green algae that you can get forming on the surface. Now for celery, I'm using this 6-cell insert from Bootstrap Farmer. I'm sticking with 2 varieties, Tango and Utah. And to be honest, I don't notice a massive taste difference between the two. Unlike the onions, you want to sow celery seeds right on the surface because they need light to germinate. And a quick tip, don't be discouraged if you don't see green sprouts in a few days. Celery is notorious for being slow. It can take up to 2 weeks to wake up. I'm adding a very thin dusting of vermiculite here as well. It protects the seed, but still lets enough light through for germination. And that's it. The first of the 2026 slow growers are officially started. If you're still on the fence about whether or not these crops are worth your space, I've linked my videos below for inspiration, which includes how I preserve my onions and my massive 2025 celery harvest, which includes juicing it in the garden. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one when we start our winter sowing. Bye. Thank you.